who's the better boxer slash who will win if they ever were to go against each other, Devin Haney or Gervonta Davis? Well, let's get into specifics on Devin Haney. Let's see his past. Who has he defeated? The only good fighters that he has defeated were Kambosos and Lomachenko. Now let's see how he actually defeated them. The Lomachenko fight was very controversial, one of the most controversial fights. Now, Gervonta Davis has also had controversial fights, whether he won or lost. But Devin Haney in this fight with Lomachenko, he got hit with 3-punch combos, 4-punch combos by Lomachenko. I don't know if Devin Haney is an elite fighter like they say he is. And let's see both fights with Kambosos. Well, the first one, he absolutely dominated Kambosos. And the second one, again, he dominated him. So obviously Kambosos wasn't a good contender for Devin Haney to defeat Devin Haney. Now, let's see where Gervonta Davis got exposed, because he also got exposed against Isaac Cruz. Now, let's see who Gervonta Davis has fought and who he has defeated. Rolly, I mean, he was overhyped. Isaac Cruz, very good fight. And Ryan Garcia. Now, let me run you down Rolly versus Gervonta Davis. Obviously, Rolly was out of his head. I think his ego was way too high. I think he thought his power was stronger than he actually thought. And again, he got knocked out. Now let's see the fight with Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz. Now supposedly, Gervonta Davis hurt or broke one of his hands in this fight. And Isaac Cruz absolutely took advantage of that. Absolutely great fight from both fighters. I watched the fight and I thought Isaac Cruz won that fight. But then again, I'm not a judge. I'm not a professional judge. So I leave it to the judges. But me personally, I thought there was a lot of controversy in that fight. Now let's see Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, I don't know, he is a waste of talent. I don't know if he wasn't prepared for this fight. I know he had a lot of ring dust. I know Gervonta Davis had a pre-fight to get prepared for that fight, but it was an absolutely disappointing fight for Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Davis performed very well. Now again, it's not about who they have defeated, but how they defeated them. Gervonta Davis almost knocked out every single one of his opponents. Devin Haney, on the other hand, almost all of his fights have been through split decision. Now, if they were to fight, who do I have? How do they fight? Well, Devin Haney, all he really has is a good jab, one of the most solid jabs in boxing right now. But other than that, his defense is trash. His power is trash. Now let's look at Gervonta Davis. What does he have in his locker? Well, he has a lot of power. They're both are also very good counterpunchers. But what else does Gervonta Davis have? He has speed. Devin Haney, the amount of combos that Lomachenko landed on Devin Haney, 3-punch combos, if he were to get hit by Gervonta Davis by one of those combos, he wouldn't get up from those. He will absolutely stay down on the floor. He wouldn't be able to get up. So again, I don't know why Devin Haney's ego is so high, or why Bill Haney is talking so much about Devin Haney when all of his fights have been by split decision. And the latest fight with Lomachenko has been very controversial. Gervonta Davis is one of the greatest finishers. Once he smells blood, he drops them. He drops every single one of his opponents. So again, when we talk about who's better in the ring, who knows how to get the job done, and who has the better defense, I give it to Gervonta Davis.
Now, let me tell you guys something. There's nothing in Devin Haney's arsenal that he could throw at Gervonta Davis that Gervonta Davis hasn't yet seen already. I mean, Gervonta Davis has already fought taller opponents, so Devin Haney can't use that against Gervonta Davis. He can't say that, he's a better technical fighter, because we've seen Gervonta Davis fight way better technical fighters. And he can't say that he's more aggressive. If he puts pressure on Gervonta Davis, you know what? He could catch him. He could start winning the rounds. If he just sticks to being more aggressive against Gervonta Davis, well, that wouldn't work, because we've seen Isaac Cruz putting a bunch of pressure on Gervonta Davis, and yet Gervonta Davis still got the win. So if Devin Haney wants to play the boxing game and wants to play the waiting game and, wants to win rounds by that, well, he's going to lose. And if he also wants to step in and, put aggression on, well, he could also lose by that. So there's nothing that Devin Haney could do against Gervonta Davis, because regardless of what he does, regardless of what the plan is, it's just destined for Gervonta Davis to win that fight. I'm not just saying this because, he hasn't lost already. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Devin Haney hasn't yet fought a power puncher like Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is known for his power. So when he gets in that ring, that Gervonta Davis times one of his shots and catches Devin Haney, even with a left hook, right hook, straight right, it doesn't matter. Once he feels that power, It doesn't mean that he has to go down, but once he feels it, he's going to realize that he's not in the ring with just another opponent. He's in that ring with one of the best, and this is exactly why Devin Haney doesn't stand a chance with Gervonta Davis.